Hi everyone, welcome to Gunflint Designs. My name is Mark Christ and this is my workshop. I got into woodworking from a very young age because both of my grandfathers had tree farms. My grandfather on my mother's side has a very highly manicured, everything is in perfect rows and everything is clean, organized tree farm, and my grandfather on my father's side had a kind of an acreage with a much bigger range of older growth, larger trees that was more natural forest that had some upkeep to it. So from the day I was born, I had kind of woodworking in my blood. It wasn't until a little bit later that I really developed a passion for working with the lumber that we created, but slowly it grew in me. I was always very handy as a young kid. I loved being out in the shop with my dad, watching him, learning from him, helping him to fix stuff and build things. I got really used to having lots of nice tools. Anything I could imagine was around ready for me to use. And as I got older, I developed a passion for photography. That eventually led to my degree in photojournalism, and now I work full-time as a photographer and graphic designer. But I find myself getting antsy sitting at a desk all day long, so I end up coming out here to relax and unwind and just do something with my hands, something that makes me feel useful. So because of my background in photography, I'm very used to being behind the camera. This whole being in front of the camera and talking to it is a very weird thing for me. So bear with me on that. Along that path, I moved away from home and didn't have access to the nice tools that I used to, so I kind of got out of woodworking for a while. Well, eventually my wife and I bought a house with this really nice big shop in it, and slowly I accumulated more and more tools, and now I'm back to set up the way I'd really like to be. And I've been just woodworking like mad ever since. I make all kinds of different projects out here, from little things like picture frames and bottle openers and other trinkets that you turn on the lathe, to some bigger stuff, like a project I'm very proud of that I just finished is a end grain chessboard where I made the board and I turned all of the chess pieces on the lathe. It turned out really well and I'm pretty happy with it. So my hope for this channel is to entertain and inform. I want to show you how I do my projects. I want to hopefully give you some entertainment value along the way. It's going to be a mix of shop projects, fine woodworking, maybe home improvement stuff, and a couple of times a year I end up traveling back home to work on the tree farm for a week or so at a time. So there should be a little bit of chainsaw action and sawmilling. So if this is the kind of stuff that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing. And make sure that you've got your notifications turned on so that you get an update every time that I upload a new video. I do work a full-time job, so I'm not sure how frequent that's going to be, but that's why those notifications will be important. They'll tell you when to come and check things out. So anyway, thank you for checking out Gunflint Designs.